wardrobes. I am prone to spilling my heart, my guts, my sleeves, my skin, my breath, my clothes, my spine, my blood, my bones, my veins, my tongue, my eyes, my scars, my lungs, my teeth, my lullabies and bedtime stories onto the floor at your feet, and letting you pick through these and choose which ones you want to keep. How you enjoy toying with my intestines, unraveling my tears from the soul up. I'm prone to letting you get accustomed to living out my bag. So prone, in fact. You should not be surprised when you discover just how quickly I can pack. I never promised to hold your tears. Would I could squeeze them in my palms and make pearls of your sorrow, push them into the shoulder of the cloud, heavy with lightning, would take that cloud from your chest and let it rain rare on all the graves you filled, wondrous in their striking. What a cemetery is this, holy and held around your neck. But you would know I gifted you back your pain, wouldn't you? For all the metaphors I used to cloak my words, you would see that my hands were still empty. I could never fall in love. I leave too many lovers behind. Don't carry them when I arrive. I disappear for days and get confused when I return, and they have gone their separate ways. I have separation anxiety, so I don't hold on to beauty. Much rather to have never loved than to have lost. I forgot where I lost my heart. My ribcage expands, but nothing lives there. Just a collection of bones, a graveyard of relationships I could never turn to flesh, of epitaphs I have tattooed onto my skin. I keep my affection in a box beneath my bed. Here lie the love letters I never sent. And after 3 days, love is mostly ill-advised, but always brave. Yisra Davy Ward. Love is divine, but difficult always. Toni Morrison. Me, I have learned how to crack my bones into your embrace. Chisel my lips onto your teeth, carve my fingers into your palm, and from here I have tongue dived into your holy cross nails. This breath be not easy, these lungs be burdened, this burden be sharing itself too often and only getting heavier. How lucky we are to only have love as a crucifix. Love be Friday, luck be Friday the 13th, and Black Cat, and Breaking Mirror, and Walking Underneath Ladder, and still be run to the dark waters and drown, and say how beautiful it was to die with some God dragging us down. Ambivalent. My mother loves me. My mother She loves my father. My father and I do not speak. For the sake of my mother's love, I will meet my father for coffee this week. A love poem, because ain't nobody writing love poems whilst women are dying. How you gon' fit romance into a coffin, be turning the kisses of a killer into honey? We've got a hive in our stomachs, and our locust swarm hearts feast on the butterflies. My lover says she's practicing faith, sleeping next to me. And what's the difference between prayer and a lover when both are a war zone? Us men call ourselves altars, but turn deity to sacrifice. Aren't we tired of the blood beneath our fingernails, facing a choir of killers in our reflection? Sing bloody over the graves in our garden, turn love stories into horror. We're boogeymen, afraid of ourselves. I'm scared of raising a daughter who asked me to check beneath her bed for monsters, and I pull out her father, howling with the moon dripping from my lips, or raising a son who carries our curse, can't say his own name 3 times in a mirror, 3 times in a mirror. Xabiso, 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 Xabiso. Us. With I love yous bleeding from our jaws that taste like knuckles if we chew long enough, and a silence caught in our throats like accessory to murder. Ain't nobody writing love poems when we're so busy with obituaries. Dear men, there's a plague in our veins that haunts our hearts. The way we love, we breathe another dead woman from our lungs. And how you gonna speak to God with that mouth? Come to prayer in a church where another woman dies in our presence again, and still we do nothing. Again, it's time we pull ourselves apart and build a temple from our hearts that doesn't have murderer etched into our blood.